Alright, I'm back. So I realized in the last one the audio kind of stunk. So I'm going to try to talk louder. But today we're drawing Skelly Bones. If you don't know who Skelly Bones is, I'll make sure and leave a link in the comments when this is over. But Skelly Bones is basically the most horrifying short film that currently exists on YouTube. And we're going to draw him now. So, if you want to join along, get your pens and your pencils or whatever you want to draw with. Piece of paper, a napkin, whatever you got. It's all good. And we're going to start drawing Skelly Bones. So, he's got a very long face, like so. He doesn't fly, but for the purposes of this drawing, I think I'm going to draw him kind of like floating in the air. He's actually a very tall monster, and I don't know if I can... Well, let's see. I'm going to do kind of a long oval here for his face, like that. And then, as always, kind of do a crosshair. We're going to kind of build out his facial features. But first, we're going to kind of build out his body. Let's, right around here, create an upside down triangle. Almost like a slanted triangle. What I think I'm going to do is, we're going to draw him with his arms out. So here's going to be his arms. Let's do a 1, 2. These 2 sticks for his arms. 1, 2. Let's call them V's. So a wider V here, because his kind of arms are going to be jutting out there, and a skinnier V here, just like so. And then, let's see. We're going to kind of do like a ghostly kind of thing, like he's floating like that, just so that we can capture the whole image on the page without making him too tiny in terms of his facial features and things like that. He's got a hood also, so we're gonna draw kind of another chunk of oval here, let's call it, sort of crescent moon up here. Yeah, that makes more sense, a crescent moon. And that's we're gonna create the hood coming out a little bit like that. So now let's do his eyes. He's got these sort of very slanted, evil eyes. His face is more like a skeleton. You've probably seen the movie. It's very popular. I'm in it. So are my pals, Mario and James. There's a sequel floating around on YouTube as well. Skelly Bones 2. And actually, Logan is in it. Also, Logan, he was the one who requested Baby Godzilla. So, what I'm doing here is I'm drawing little circles for his sort of eyebrow, skeletal structure. And let's draw his nose. Just a couple of little slits. And Skelly Bones also has a part 3, but it only exists as a DVD. And that one has my cousin George in it. And he has the best part in the movie, actually. He is the jogging pizza service boy. No, let's call him man. He was a man by then. It was a while ago. Jogging pizza service delivery man. And he constantly gets killed throughout the movie, but he keeps coming back. Kind of like Kenny in South Park. So now we're going to draw his mouth. Let's just kind of do a little skinny rectangle here. We're going to add little teeth like that. Just little half circles, you know what teeth look like. Especially for a skeleton, just like that. And he's very, very skinny, so we got these lines coming in here. Go around the mouth structure. He's got a long chin. just like that. And then this part comes here. It's sort of a skeleton, but it's also got some sort of flesh, very thin flesh. My friend Chris was also in the third one. He also gets killed by Skelly Bones. So let's see. Spoiler alert, by the way. Let's see here. So, yeah, just like so. I'm gonna take a quick minute to reference the photo I have pulled up. Oh, yeah. Okay, his chin isn't that big. We're bringing in his chin, everybody. His chin's coming up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That's why it's a pencil, right, guys? Bringing in his chin. And now... yeah. And this is a little thicker, actually. But other than that, we're pretty good. We're doing good. We're doing good, guys. Hang in there. Oh, yeah. So the story of Skelly Bones goes like this. Skelly Bones is a scary story that if you tell it, Skelly Bones comes to life and supposedly tries to kill you. It's very scary. Yes. So I'm creating his hood here. Just some wavy lines like so. He's got very wide shoulders. Almost blocky shoulders. Just like that. And you know what? I drew these V's. They're too high up. His arms are a lot lower. It's almost as if there's someone inside of him wearing some sort of inflatable headpiece. So his anatomy is very strange. So his arms are actually going to be down here. Let's draw that V again. There. And there. We're going to create an arm and hand coming out very soon. Now, let's see. We're going to keep kind of creating this ghostly pattern. Yeah. There we go. And then his hood kind of falls a little bit right here. So we're going to create another little crescent moon, add a line right there, create that sort of hood, and maybe another line here and here. Kind of shows that there's some cloth there. Alright, fellas, now comes the tricky part. His arms. So he's got these sort of skeletal hands. And remember, thumbs are always on the inside, not on the outside when they're facing out. So I'm going to create a circle here for his palm. And then let's kind of create his fingers. They kind of come out like that. Remember, the middle finger is always a little longer. Index, and then you got the ring finger, and the pinky's the smallest. And they can kind of curl as they come out. And you can play with the fingers, playing around with them however you want them to show up. Now make sure this circle is, you know, roughly the same size as the other one. And then we're going to create, so you can just sort of play with the fingers like that and create your own artistic style. These are going to become skeletons because he is Skelly Bones, right? So it's got to be skeletons. Let's draw some facial features here. These sort of bone. This is supposed to be more like bony indents in the head there. This drawing was actually requested by Romulus. Eddie, that is. Eddie Romulus. Let's see here. So this is almost like, let's call it a glove. It's not really a glove because he's a monster, but then he's got sort of a arm coming out right there, and the arm sort of recedes into this skeletal, this not skeletal, but this sort of ghostly body. And then this is like his sleeves coming out, just like so. All right, and let's see here. I'm sure we can kind of erase that because, so here we've got sort of his arm and his sleeve. Perfect. Let's do this side. So on this side, we're just going to show the elbow because we don't really see a good view of the rest of his arm. But we can draw his sleeve, which will do the sort of the same thing. Sort of an upside down mountain with peaks and jagged peaks and such. But it's upside down. Sort of this shredded sleeve that you see going on here. Then let's continue. And then here, we'll just kind of, almost like fire, you're drawing sort of like flames going in this direction, but it's going to be more like ghostly wisps, right? Now let's do the dreaded fingers. These are just like little skeleton bones, so you can sort of piece them out. You know what bones look like, right? You draw bones like that, so it's 1, 2, and then a little one for the sort of the nail, like that, and another nail. I hope Skelly Bones doesn't come after me for drawing a picture of him. That would be terrifying. Look at that. And let's do this. We'll come back. You know what? I need to sharpen my pencil. Imagine that. Okay. Bones, bones, bones. When I ink it, I'll, of course, do it a little bit more carefully, a little more finesse. But for now, pencil's good. Just sort of rough. And look at that. Yes, the bone is bending a bit. But you know what? This is my picture. So, do whatever I want. With your picture, if you want to keep the bones straight, that's cool. I'm going to kind of bend them a little bit. I think it gives it a little more life to the picture. So here we're going to kind of create, now we're going to start drawing the hand, just like that. I'm going to have a little line there for the, you know, the palm of the hand there. Same here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And let's see. Now he's got some bones that just kind of come out like that on down the glove, like so. Or, you know, like the kind of bones that your arm would have. So you got a big one here, and it kind of bends a little bit. Like that. Then you can draw part of a bone coming out like that. So you've got one here, this one, and this one. Then let's do the same on this side. Kind of the same idea there. Let's draw a little more of his chest there. If you hear buzzing, I'm getting messages and such. That's okay, we're drawing now, right guys? Seems to be Instagram or something. Let's see. I feel like he needs a little more. I'm gonna bring out his arm a little here, just a smidge. Coming out like that. Now, this line on this side is kind of hidden, so we can't really see it there. So we're not gonna worry about it. And I'd say he's ready for inking. What do you guys think? Right? Let's draw some lines here. This is like this bone, his mouth lines. Yeah, little lines under the eyes. Create that sort of undead look to him. So here we go. Let's ink it. Last time in the last video, I think the music was too loud. I brought it down. Now I'm not even sure if you can hear it. It's some scary piano music going on right now. Put you in the mood for some creepy drawing. Just like that. And I'm just kind of drawing these little half circles, not even half, like quarter circles. Like that. And then you outline those sort of sideways triangles. There we go. Then draw, ink in those lines you got there. The little nose slits. I always talk lower when I'm inking. I gotta make sure I talk loud so you guys can hear me, because I have so many interesting things to say. Right? Yeah. So the bottom teeth, I made them a little longer. Don't ask me why. Go ask your father. And continue the bony cheeks. Here's the chin. Just like that. The good thing about Skelly Bones is he's got all kinds of weird and mangled lines all over his face, so you can't really mess up too much with Skelly Bones. Anything that just kind of looks eerie works. So let's go ahead and start inking the hood. And just like that. There, look at that. Let's do this sort of crescent moon that we created down here. The line going around, and then this line sort of recedes into the background, like behind that. Give it that sort of depth. Here come those broad, bony shoulders. Now there's a lot going on right here with the pencil, so I'm going to leave it alone for now and kind of build out the arm first. Just like that. Here we go. Now I'm going to create these sort of jagged sleeves. Here's that upside down mountain type thing. It looks kind of like upside down fire almost. And all this in here would be black, or it's going to be black, because it's all dark in there. It's his boniness. Look at that handsome creature. Now this line, you just keep going. It's all part of the sleeve. Create those upside down flames, let's call them. The inner sleeve flame. Here's his half circle for the elbow. And now I'm itching to start inking those bony fingers. Sometimes there's no order to the way you do art like this. You just gotta go with whatever feels right at the time. And right now, my brain told me, ink those bony fingers. So that's what I'm doing. If you're following along, you already, you got your pencil laid out, your pencil lines laid out already, so you can go in any order you want as well. We're just having some fun, right? That's what it's all about. Just take a moment, draw a little bit, have some fun. By the way, what's your favorite scary movie? Let me know in the comments if you've made it this far in the video. That'd be super cool. My favorite scary movie. Actually, so I really enjoy one of my favorite, or actually it's my favorite genre of movie would have to be horror comedy. Any movie that's sort of a comedy but also a horror would be my favorite genre. And I really like, the movie that got me into that genre was Evil Dead. Actually, yeah, Evil Dead. The whole Evil Dead trilogy. Evil Dead 2, and Evil Dead 3, Army of Darkness. I always used to think that Army of Darkness wasn't really Evil Dead 3, but sort of its own thing, even though it was part of the same storyline. And, you know, you weren't supposed to say Evil Dead 3, you were just supposed to say Army of Darkness. And then I went to a convention where I met, I forgot her last name, but her first name was Patricia. And she played from, I believe it was Evil Dead, yeah, Evil Dead 3, yeah, Army of Darkness. One of the, I think it's an after credit scene or the end scene where Ash is back in his time period and he's working at S-Mart, and you think everything's all good, and then all of a sudden a deadite comes out of nowhere and starts attacking him, and he takes out his shotgun and shoots her. I think that was who she played. And the deadite, the monster. So she told me, I was like, oh, from Army of... she said, oh, I'm in Evil Dead 3. And I'm like, oh, Army of Darkness. And she goes, yeah, no, Evil Dead 3. And then I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess she liked to refer to it as just Evil Dead 3. So I took that and I was like, alright, so maybe it's both. Maybe she didn't correct me. I think she said it like the whole title. She said Evil Dead 3, Army of Darkness. She made it a point that it was Evil Dead 3. So, if it's good enough, that's how she wants. She was in the movie, so if that's how she's gonna say it, I'll say it like that too. She must know what she's talking about. Right? So his eyes are definitely just pure black, pure evil darkness in there. There's just nothing good about this guy. He's just pure evil. Yeah. Create that darkness in there. Yeah, there you go. This is recording, isn't it? Yep. Okay, good. That would suck if I did all this and I wasn't recording. I would have been like, oh man, gotta start over. Alrighty. Now let's do the patented thick outline all around Mr. Bones. Just like so. If you want to not do this, that's up to you. But if you do draw this along with me, either on Facebook or YouTube, please send it to me. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see your work, and I would love to, if it was okay with you, post it on my Facebook. That would be so cool. And I like this sort of thick outline around the whole thing. I think it helps make the artwork pop. You'll kind of see it better when I erase the pencil lines. Let's go. Oh, my arm is starting to hurt a little bit. My wrist. Yes. And we're nearing the home stretch of this drawing. Now the finished colored version I will be posting in just a few days on my Instagram, which is instagram.com, of course, Louis, spelled just like on this page, L-O-O-E-Y. Q Comics. And yeah, you can also look it up, and then it'll be here on Facebook as well. Tomorrow, which would be April 29th? 30th. 29th. April 29 is when I'm gonna show the finished version of Baby Godzilla. Alright, so that's Skelly Bones. Now let's erase these pencil marks. Oh wait, I forgot this little smidgen here. There we go. I think that's all of it. Okay. This was for the whole 6 fan arts challenge. Again, requested by Romulus. But you can send requests anytime you want. You don't need the 6 fan arts challenge to send requests. If you got something you'd like for me to draw, send it over. If I think I'd have some fun drawing it, I might just do that. And as always, can't forget to sign it. Let's make sure I always pick different spots to sign it. Let's do it right here. Whoop. And there you go. Skelly Bones. Take care, everybody.